Hey, how's it going everyone? This is Odd Job here. As you can see, this is our weekly roadmap update. There is definitely a couple of interesting things to talk about, so let's go ahead and get right into it. As you can see, we are on 3.6 right now, and there are multiple items getting tasks completed, so that's really good news. We are seeing progress on rest stops, 3D pathing. We also have some bartender updates, improvements, and then down here a little bit lower, we have some transit system improvements. The Vanguard is starting to get some work. So has the law system, which is one of the big things that are going in right now in 3.5. So seeing improvements in 3.6 is definitely going to be a neat experience. And then harvestable entity spawning continues to get work. Not really sure why this one is getting a whole lot of work, as we don't really have a whole lot of news about it. But progress on this one has always been continual. So there is definitely some importance being put in for this particular one. So we might actually see some non-combat features coming into the game pretty soon. At least that's my hope anyway. When we go ahead and move over to 3.7, there is actually nothing to report for 3.7. It's been really quiet. In 3.8, we did get some task rebalancing. The Prowler got some reduction in tasks in order to complete, and the Hull C has seen a small decrease in tasks. But outside of that, nothing really to report. And then finally in 3.9, there is nothing to report there as well. The thing that I really would like to talk about is basically the ships that are going to be promised in 3.6. As you can see, there has been no progress on those, and two of these are really important ships. The 890 Jump, which is a civilian capital ship, the first one of its class, which I think is actually pretty important. But unfortunately, there is a huge number of tasks dedicated towards this, and it's really not being completed. I don't really think this is going to get done in 3.6 in my personal opinion. And of course, we also have the Banu Defender, which was supposed to come out in 3.5, but once again, we're not seeing any progress on the Banu Defender, and I'm wondering if these two ships are going to make it out in 3.6, because they are really important ships. They're going to take their time in order to ensure both of these ships are done accurately, but with the level of progress that I've been tracking, I just don't think that they're going to be done in 3.6, so it's something that's well worth watching for the persistent universe. As we move into the Squadron 42 roadmap, things are starting to get back on track. There is work being done on standard pilots. There's also work being done on player jump. And finally, 3 features in quarter 2 has moved into quarter 3. So we're talking about FPS close combat, player status systems, and NPC healing. They've all moved out of quarter 2 into quarter 3. There were some minor rebalancing of tasks, but nothing really major right here. As we move into quarter 3, there is work being done here as well. FPS close combat types is seeing work being done. Usables version 2, and of course the 3 new features that got moved from quarter 2 into quarter 3. But as you can see, the good news here is that teams are starting to complete tasks again, so hopefully things will start getting back on track. As we move into quarter 4, the same story applies here. We're seeing some small tasks being done in quarter 4. So we have core AI improvements getting work done, gas cloud VFX improvements, and clothing simulation all getting work done. And then finally, the RSI Bengal continues to have work done week over week, which is great news because I'm sure everybody wants to see that big ship being completed for Squadron 42. Going into quarter 1 of 2020, there was no work being done, but we did see a major rebalancing of tasks for Physics Q refactoring. So obviously they found something that required them to add a ton of additional tasks. We don't really know what that is, but obviously there is somebody looking into that, so there was a major refactor of that. And finally, the last spreadsheet to look at is the Star Citizen statistics. As you can see, almost close to 5,000 new accounts was created, so that's really good news. And $678,000 of new funding came in, which is the second best week since I've started tracking it. And I'm going to attribute this to 3.5 going out, and also there were interviews with Chris Roberts, hence why there was a lot of new accounts coming in, and hopefully new subscribers coming into the universe and sticking around and playing the video game. So overall, it looks like 3.5 was very successful, as we do see an increase in new accounts and also funding coming in, but I wouldn't call it dramatically successful, because while the numbers did increase, it's not like it doubled or tripled, but we did see an increase in accounts being created, so that's always good news. Hopefully we will continue to see this trend week over week, but only time will tell. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this type of content, please subscribe to the channel, as we will be covering all things Star Citizen. If you have any questions or recommendations, please leave it in the comments below. We greatly appreciate new subscribers, as this will allow us to create more content in the future. That's all I have. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video.